Ingrid is here, and there wasn't many changes in the patch. While Luke doesn't have the extreme problems of characters like Lily, he does feel outclassed. Characters like Ryu and Mai can do everything Luke can do while having fewer weaknesses. There's definitely been some power creep since the launch of Street Fighter 6, and Luke hasn't really kept up. Luke is also still feeling the effects of the damage nerfs from Season 1. Luke's damage is well below average, especially for a character who struggles to open up his opponent. At times, it feels like Luke has to work harder to get a hit for less reward. Luke doesn't have much of a mix-up game outside of the usual strike throw. His overhead cannot hit meaty for a combo and his lows don't lead to much. He just isn't a threatening character to be pressured by. He does have some great pokes and whiff punishes, but he needs to spend DRC to make anything happen in neutral. Crouch medium kick drive rush is strong, but it's not confirmable and it's his only way to stop people from walking away. While the recent buffs did improve his meterless damage and Oki, he still needs perfect knuckles to get good reward from a hit. This usually requires spending free bars for DRC. He's meter hungry compared to characters like Sagat or Ryu. Luke also has some quirks that other characters don't have to deal with. His damage is weaker in the corner, and his combos are generally spacing dependent. Although perfect knuckles aren't too hard, they still make his combos more droppable than most characters. These weren't terrible trade-offs in Season 1 where his damage was relatively high, but now it feels like he's being punished for no reason. Luke isn't a terrible character. He can still play solid Street Fighter and has a consistent game plan. The problem is that he exists in a game where most of the characters either have oppressive tools, high damage, or both. Luke has neither. While I do enjoy Luke, I feel like he's become irrelevant in the meta. It's hard to justify playing him when other characters feel objectively better. For these reasons, I've begun to feel like Luke is weak. This has affected my motivation to play the game, as it feels like my character choice is a handicap. I've decided that it's time to explore other options. I was hoping that Luke would get buffed, but it seems Capcom are reluctant to make big changes to the game. I don't want to sit around waiting for changes that never come. A lot of people are frustrated that Street Fighter 6 isn't the game they want it to be, but I think you need to enjoy the game for what it is. Nakayama's vision is always going to be different from your personal one, and there are other games to play if you don't enjoy this one. If Luke does get buffs, then I'll revisit him, but for now I need to play someone else for a while. I'm enjoying Ingrid a lot, although it's hard to tell how much of that is just the honeymoon period and if I'll enjoy her long term. I'm also interested in Blanca, Guile, Rashid and Ed. Although Sagat, Mai and Ryu are all strong and would be easy for me to pick up, I'm not really interested in any of them. I'd rather put the extra effort into learning a character I enjoy. I picked up Luke shortly into the game's life and he clicked with me. Although I have tried some of the DLC characters as they've released, there wasn't any that I've enjoyed more than Luke. I do think Ingrid is the coolest DLC character they've released so far, but it's hard to say how her gameplay will look once she's been figured out. There are a few DLC characters on my wishlist. Balrog is my favourite Street Fighter character and would likely become my main. I'd also be interested in Vega, Dudley, Urien or Seth. While it'll probably never happen, I'd love to see DeCapre come back. For now, I'm without a main. I'm not exactly a top level competitor, so that doesn't matter too much, but I do hope I'm able to find a new one. I've done a couple of videos trying out new characters in the past, so I might make more of those if people want to see that. Since I'm trying a lot of new characters, I may also make some guides on how I learn characters and how I avoid being overwhelmed by everything I don't know. That's all for this video. I do hope that Luke gets some meaningful changes soon, but for now it's time to try other options. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you all next time.